Jomo Kyangba wants to be at home, an old servant who can be called a living map of Tibet. Rabba, as their guide this time to find the temple. Rabba shook his head firmly in opposition. And tell them in detail. That's challenging the entire Himalayas. It's mission impossible. A journey of life and death through the world. Tibetan password. It's on the air. Iron doors opened. Tracy said bad. Bazan is in the hut. Oh, just to be on the safe side. Well, I said let's follow the procedure, right? Alas, let Uncle Laba go in and visit first. And then one of you goes in. The doctor said he is afraid of crowds. More people are more dangerous. The speaker went in. Jomo Kyangba looked at this place. The door of the room is covered with iron. The windows have bulletproof glass inlaid. It seems that special treatment has been done, so that the outside can see the inside. You can't see from the inside. That Bason's shaved round head. Slightly pointy. Needlebeard. A circle is formed from the upper lip all the way down. Extends to both sides, until the hair on the temples is connected together. Not very tall, but symmetrical. Muscle full, filled with gunpowder-like explosions. Especially those eyes. Bright as an eagle. The two brothers hugged each other, and we started talking. 10 minutes later, tide is out. Nod to Joel Mukwayangba and say yes. You can go in. He said he was willing to reveal a little, the things that the young master is interested in. Jomo Kyangba has not yet moved, Zhang Li said first. Then why don't I go in first? Ah, Mr. Zhuho, alas for the interrogation question. I am more experienced. Although their leader had told him, Jiwo Mukyangba is no ordinary character. But he still thinks a big boss again. How amazing. Can't be better than them. These soldiers who are trained every day. Jiwo Mukyangba heard Zhang Li say this. Think about it and say okay. I want to know. Where the hell did he see something? Zhang Li entered the room. Suddenly realized the space inside is smaller than it looks outside. A not very aggressive Basan. It seems to be within reach. Bazang spoke a word of Tibetan first. Zhang Li didn't react for a while. He said another sentence of Mandarin. Who are you? He's got his head down. A pair of eyes stared straight at Zhang Li. Zhang Li forced a smile, pretending to say it lightly. Take it easy. Relax, relax, relax. Let's all take it easy, okay? Alas, I am from a certain regiment of the military region. My name is Zhang Li. Come this time. I want you. Suddenly he saw a fist grow from small to large. We're almost there. Tension is quick. Won the Sandal Championship of the military region 3 times. The best result is 5th in the country. But this time it seems to play a little out of whack. He turned his head to avoid the straight punch. Already found. Basan has already accumulated strength in his left hand. The punch strikes with a fiercer attack. The wind comes before the fist. Its speed is rare in tension. The tension can only tilt back. And his body has lost its balance. Basan gently hooked with his foot. Tension is unstable. In a panic, he reached out with his right hand to grab Basan's left arm. What he didn't expect was Basan should change above him. Punch received halfway through suddenly became a claw. He grabbed Zhang Li's wrist first. Homeopathic push and pull. Let Zhang Li turn her back to herself. Cut both hands. A pair of iron pliers. He firmly locks the tension's arms. A little push. So it's back cutting the arms of tension. Lift him up. This time, people outside the door came to their senses. The loudspeaker shouts Basan. Basan, put people down. And Zhuomu Qiangba had already rushed into the house. Basan saw the door open. Didn't look. Reach out and prepare to push someone. A surprise. Didn't expect. He felt his hand press against a wall. He suddenly realized the person who entered the house was a person over 1.8 meters tall. A burly man. It's too late to stop. Zhuomu Qiangba closed his hands. I grabbed his left hand tightly first. Then a turn. The whole person pressed towards Basan. Basan's right hand is locked in tension. 3 people fell to the ground together. Zhuomu Qiangba has an absolute physical advantage. Basan can't move under pressure. Zhuomu Qiangba's arms clamped Basan's left hand. He was twisting one of Basan's legs. The one with Basan's back fell to the ground. Rabba also rushed in. Say hi out loud. What the hell are you doing, Basan? Basan let go of the tension. Struggled twice, but I can't put Zhuomu Qiangba on my back. Overturn. This time, the tension comes back down on his other hand. Tracy was the last to come in. I looked at the situation in the house. Say alas, do you need it? Do you need to call someone again? Zhuomu Qiangba felt that Basan had given up his resistance. Smile. No need. Thanks. He rolls over. Still maintain the suppression of Basan. We just want to have a good chat with Mr. Basan. Just this room, hey? A little too crowded. Tishi nods. Turn around and remind. Be careful. Be careful. It's very dangerous. Ah, I let out a sigh of relief when I went out. I can't help but be stunned. He had long seen that this big man was extraordinary. I didn't expect it to be so powerful. Basan finally jerked a few times. Neither was able to break free from Zhuomu Qiangba, nor Zhang Li, and the 2 of them said, You did it. Zhuomu Qiangba, let go. Look. You mean no harm? Why did you suddenly attack Officer Zheng? Basan and Zhang Li each moved their arms. Basan first pointed at Zhang Li and said, You're using grappling. Hey! 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 If it weren't for the sudden attack, hung. More difficult to deal with. He said to Zhuomu Qiangba again. You were wrestling. With such skills, I must have won it. Worship. Ha ha ha. If I had to deal with you all by myself, it's hard to say. Zhang Li almost blushed when she heard it. I didn't expect that. I was not Zhuomu Qiangba's opponent. Rabba said from the side that Basan should not be rude. This is Master Qiangba. The young Master Qiangba I often mention to you. Basan, you saw him. And he looked him up and down. Like, oh! It turned out to be Master Qiangba. It really is a natural power. Thank you for your family's care of my brother. Basan suddenly knelt on the ground. Kowtow a few times. This surprised Zhuomu Qiangba. He quickly helped Basan stand up. Basan said many more words of gratitude. Zhang Li is very skeptical of Basan's combat skills. So he says, which unit are you from? I've never seen your way. Basan smiled and said, you must have seen it. Because as long as it is special forces or border guards, you will hear about us. Ah, off the vest, showing the shoulder of the left arm. Sure enough, the tension exclaimed. Ah, blue spider. Pazan's left shoulder. He tattooed a little blue spider on his muscle. Jomu Kyungba doesn't understand blue spiders. What team is Blue Spider? Zheng Li said as if reciting a textbook. The Blue Spider Special Operations Team is called the Ace Rangers, with the German Red Scorpions, as famous as the US Navy SEALs. International travel. Agent Red Scorpion. The team was wiped out after World War II. And the SEALs, you all know that, right? Fast combat speed, highest efficiency, renowned for accomplishing the impossible. Super elite team, Blue Spider Rangers. It is the government imitation Red Scorpion Special Forces of N countries. A Special Forces combat unit was established, founded in 1977. Hired the most famous person in the world at that time, military education specialist, and Special Forces training experts as instructors. They are responsible for this force. Tailored a series of devil training rules. Many of these training methods have been cited as international tutorials. Soldiers of any country will be asked to understand the characteristics of this force. Ah, right. Why are you here? You. How did you participate in the Blue Spider? Asan said. Soon after, my mother and I moved into the villa. Mother died. I was wandering around alone. I went to Country Inn by chance. I was photographed. Selected to the Blue Spider Elite Rangers. Zhang Li interrupted him and said, then, why did you come back to China? Why did you participate in the poaching of Tibetan antelopes? Bazan's eyes suddenly glazed over. Juo Mukiamba and Zhang Li's muscles. It starts the contract again involuntarily. To be on guard against the sudden attack of this dangerous person. Rabba took a step back. The situation is tense again. Basan clucked his teeth. It seems that Craze is restraining himself. The muscles were convulsing. Hands trembled slightly. Even his forehead began to sweat. Zhuo Mukiangba and Zhang Li didn't feel much better either. They broke out in a cold sweat. Finally, Bazan defeated something. The whole body collapsed like a limp. Say calmly. Hung. Yes, why yes? What did I do? Always have to face. Can't escape. Tell about everything. Everything is like everything. It was like a dream. Juamu Kyangbar said tentatively. What exactly did you encounter? Is it related to a dog? Bazan's whole body shook violently. Thrilled. It took a long time to recover. He hugged his head and said, No. Not a dog? No. What is it and why? What? What? I can't remember. Jiwomu Kyangba was confused. Rabba advised the explanation. Don't worry. Oh, don't worry. Take your time. Always remember. Okay, Zhishu. Start from the beginning. Oh, tell young Master Kyangba in detail. Bazan slowly recalled. Thinking. So he says, Start from the beginning. Hehe, from the beginning. Blue Spider since its establishment. Didn't work for a day. It's very well equipped and very expensive. Blue Spider minus a nice name. It became a burden for the army and the royal family. Just 3 years. This is known as the strongest in the history of Country N. The most sophisticated military unit. Forced to disband. Disbanded. Speaking of which, Basan closed his eyes. Juemu Kangba frowned and thought to himself. When? To say what you want to hear. Zheng Li nodded silently. I thought to myself that this army was elf. No wonder I couldn't hear from him later. I thought this mysterious army, well hidden. I didn't expect this time. Bazin continued. Due to this force? Just responsible for the safety of the royal family, Han. In fact, it hasn't been used for a day. No state secrets involved, so we didn't get wiped out. There was no surveillance. Just swept out the door like trash. All members seek their own future. I've been in all kinds of careers, but life and death. Wealth in the sky. I'm still nowhere. Just at this time, former comrades found me. They told me there is a way to make a lot of money. Zheng Li suddenly got up. What? Which way do you mean? Is it poaching Tibetan antelope? Nice. Not bad. Can't imagine. The once famous Blue Spider Army. Haha, I didn't even get to the point of poaching. We chose the most dangerous one. It is also the safest way for poaching. We started from Tongs, north to west. Lower Bama Peak, cross the Brahmaputra River, all the way to the bottom of Kayangtang, Nature Reserve. Then we'll head west or detour north. Every summer? Those were the days we hunted. We're not going to Hozil, because the mountain patrol team there is very good. Now there are more sentries. It's a long way. The climate is not very good. We just need to wait on the way of the Tibetan antelope migration. You can harvest about 10 each time. We went there 4 or 5 times. But the harvest was not very good. The most one is only more than 60 heads. And then we changed. The corners of Bassan's mouth trembled. He went on to repeat that it had changed. Expose. Bassan clenched his fists. Take a deep breath, as if trying to calm myself down. But the feeling made him more and more nervous. He continued in a rapid and slightly trembling voice. That's pure coincidence. Alas, or our retribution. It's like the devil is showing us the way. We are in the west wind. Lost in the westerlies. Walked in the vast snow for 15 days, ha ha ha. 15 days. We don't even know where we are. Just know, we're in the middle of the great Himalayan mountains. We can never seem to get out. 3 people froze to death. 2 people are snowblind. And the people who live have reached the limit of their lives. Quasi-unknown, at the peak of a player stumbles and falls. Slide down a pool of blood. I slipped. I don't know how long it's been. He talked to us on the walkie-talkie. Let's all go down. So he said he had discovered heaven. Asan finished speaking in one breath. Breathing heavily, the loudspeaker brings him the water that has been prepared. He was like someone who had escaped from the desert. Gulp, gulp, gulp. One drink is not enough. Horn goes to pour him water again, until the 4th cup. Basan revealed a ferocious smile. That's not laughing. That's the muscles of the face pulling. Crack them out to the sides. Eyes with a cruel terror. Chathy watching outside the door. See this situation? He knew he had to call a doctor at any moment. Because Bazan's patience has reached its limit. This time, Bazan's voice started to get a little hoarse. Heaven, hee. Hey, heaven. His gaze, frantically surveying everyone in the room. Ah! How did that strange place come into being? I don't know. But then the peak suddenly dips. The intensity of the subsidence is unimaginable. We've dropped at least 2,000 meters above sea level. And get down from our position. More difficult. The first descent. About half of the players got lost. But when we slid down, we found. There's no more just snow. Towering tree. Verdant grass. The endless forest. When you first see it, it's a paradise. My 16 teammates, the elite. I died in heaven. Zhang Li's face changed. And so is Juamu Kyangba. You know, a blue spider team of more than 10 people. That's a special operations regiment. To wipe them all out, the amount of manpower that's required is staggering. But we all died in a place that seemed like paradise. What exactly? What kind of place is it? Basan to Juo Mukyangba and his party. Here we go. Horrible encounters with myself and members of the special forces. In that paradise full of death traps. Except for Bazan. All 16 teammates were killed. And Bazan himself was on the verge of collapse.